checking into this campsite, the girl at the front desk that checked me in warned me that apparently this campsite also doubles as the local homeless camp. And apparently the homeless are quite often drunk and tend to get a little aggressive when they've been drinking. A little dodgy here in Inuvik.
After baptizing himself in gasoline, Chad knocked down the last few miles of asphalt before hitting the Dempster. Pulling over to take a quick picture, he realized something was amiss.
Pretty spectacular view. This is amazing. But as I was pulling over to take a photo, I heard a clanking and clacking, and I just checked my chain, and it is incredibly loose. It was not loose like that this morning when I looped it.
Backtracking down the hill to Tombstone Mountain Campground, he set up an early camp and took in the views before tackling his loose chain.
Man, they are doing it right here in the Yukon. Look at this. Free wood for campfires. Who's ever heard of such a thing? Oh, Viva Canada. Started digging around in my bag for something to snack on, and I had forgotten that Charlotte and Aaron had given me some Copper River smoked sockeye. So now I've got salmon bone stuck in my throat. So now I've got salmon bone stuck in my throat. I've got Copper River sockeye. I've got beer, and this is one of the most stunningly beautiful campsites I've ever stayed in my life. It's incredible here.
He awoke the next morning to rain, but the clouds broke as he ascended the Ogilvie Mountains, and he was treated to the majestic scenery of the Yukon wilderness. The Dempster Highway runs 548 miles between the Klondike Highway out of Dawson City and Tuktoyaktuk, or Tuk as the locals call it. The final 86 miles of road north of Inuvik was not completed until late 2017. Only approximately 5% of the Dempster is paved, with the remaining 95% almost identical to the Dalton and Alaska. Flat, wide, smooth, subject to never-ending construction, and deadly when wet. Pushing onward to the Klondike Plateau, he arrived at Eagle Plains, his first gas stop, just shy of the Arctic Circle, where he was treated with another commemorative certificate.
Second time crossing the Arctic Circle. First time on the Dalton, this time on the Dempster.
Back in the Arctic, Chad rolled around in the fireweed before ascending the aptly named Hurricane Pass in the Richardson Mountains. Bidding the Yukon farewell, he crossed into the remote Northwest Territories.
You want to go off on this side?
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you.
Good.
Thank you.
After a short ferry ride across the Peel River, he arrived in Fort McPherson, a small indigenous community with a gas station, a few shops, and not much else. This is all territorial or First Nations land, and multiple signs warn against leaving the main road. Wild camping is strictly forbidden. After fueling up and another ferry ride across the Mackenzie River, he set his sights on Inuvik, the last stop before Took and the end of the road. And while eyeballing one of the few territorial campgrounds, the skies opened up once again. Wanting to avoid another soggy night in wet gear, Chad elected to head into town in search of accommodations. Alas, despite being nearly empty, the multiple inns and hotels in Inuvik were inexplicably booked, so Chad settled on another wet night in the city campground.
Well, this is interesting. So I'm in Inuvik, Canada, checking into this campsite. The girl at the front desk that checked me in warned me that apparently this campsite also doubles as the local homeless camp, and apparently the homeless are quite often drunk and tend to get a little aggressive when they've been drinking, and they steal as well. So yeah, little dodgy here in Inuvik. I don't think I'm going to be sleeping with earplugs either.
After a largely sleepless night, Chad awoke Sunday morning to find the city on lockdown. Gas stations, restaurants, and stores were closed for the day, leaving few options for food and fuel. Settling for breakfast at the local hospital cafeteria, he located the lone open gas station and set off across the muddy expanse of the Canadian tundra to the Arctic Ocean.
You guys all good?
Yeah, how are you? I was talking to you this morning.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Finally got some gas.
Oh, did you? You
Yeah.
found some gas?
Yeah,
Good.
had breakfast at the hospital, got some gas.
Oh yeah, you're telling
Yeah,
me
I
about
was
that.
telling Andy. This is my friend Andy.
How's it going, man?
He was
Good
down
to
in
meet
the
you.
lobby.
That's what I want to get, is one of those mounts for that camera like that.
Oh yeah, oh, this thing's on.
Yeah.
The Dalton and Dempster Highways have a lot in common. Not only are they the northernmost navigable point by road in their respective countries, but they both use calcium chloride for dust mitigation. And after 2 days of solid rain, the highway was nice and greasy. Alternating between deep gravel and thick mud, the Dempster was keeping Chad up on the pegs and on his toes. Despite conditions, he managed to make the final 100 miles to Tuck in under 2 hours.
Holy, that's nice, eh?
How about that road, huh?
Oh, now.
Geez, you were flying in this thing, eh? Where are you going? But you were going.
She does pretty good for a little 500.
Is that just a 500?
Yeah.
Holy, you just never just peened then.
Yeah. No, not at all.
No?
No, I was cruising comfortably at 60 in the dry stuff.
Oh yeah. But yeah.
But yeah. No, I wasn't pushing her at all.
Well.
Yeah.
That's awesome. A little 500. That's working good.
After a short ride through town with his new friends and a few photos for the gram, he walked to Land's End and stood in the shallow waters once again.
Stand in the Arctic. Well, for the second time this trip, I made it to the Arctic Ocean. This time I was able to ride right up. I didn't have to pay $69 to have a van take me through security. Had I known that I was gonna ride the Dempster as well, I would have saved the cash, but you know, here we are. So, Arctic Ocean, round 2. Gotta make it official.
All that was left after his second successful journey to the Arctic Ocean and conquering the Dempster
Right there, at the back of the Arctic Ocean sign,
was to turn around and do it all over again.